Really thirsty. What is going on, fam? Thank you very much for tuning in. Today, we are going to be discussing how you, the business owner and employer, are failing your business. But before we get into today, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I am now on LinkedIn at the Cristian Gray. You don't want to miss out on further content because I post randomly every week. You want to make sure that you stay on top of having the competitive edge with those who are in your industry. When it comes to running a business, there's a lot of things to consider. You have competition, you have the microeconomic scale, the macroeconomic scale, you have to deal with overheads, you have to deal with income, revenue, all that good jazz. But there's a lot of things that most business owners fail to understand, and I'm going to bring this back in terms of personality. The personality of an employer, it's really going to dictate how that business is running. And a personality is one of the things that it's based on the individual itself, how they react to things, how they respond to things. And that is really the key factor when it comes to leadership is emotional intelligence. How smart are you not only with your emotions, but with the emotions of other people? How do you mediate the damages, not only with complaining customers, but with yourself? When you screw up, how does that make you feel? How do you respond to it? I can tell you quite simply, you have to remove your ego. If you're a business owner or an employer, you're really going to make an impact, and a really bad one, if you are trying to dictate everything for your business. Because not only on the employee side, they're trying to make sure that they can get paid and do a good job, but they may not be as driven as you are. So you have to motivate them. You, the business owner and the employer, have to motivate your employees. They don't have to worry about, cutting someone else's check. They just have to worry about getting in theirs. You, of course, are entitled to have to deal with the anxiety. But it's also your job and your moral obligation to ensure that they can stay to maximum productivity levels. And if it has to boil down to, you know what, I have to cut you and find someone else, you have to cut them and find them someone else. That is why you have a probationary period when it comes to hiring employees. And that is also why you may limit, part-time, full-time, contract, project-based, whatever the case may be. It really just depends on how you want to run your business. But what I can tell you is, it's not about you doing everything. It's not about you doing the marketing and doing the sales and doing the closing and, reeling the customers in and selling them and then punching the numbers at the end of the day. It's really all about who. Who can you hire, right? Who can you hire onto your team, pay them a salary so they can work for you, but understand that you have to work for them as well. It's not, if anything, it's more 60-40. You're working for them 60% of the time. 40% of the contribution is going to be on their part, because that extra 20% is the motivation. It's the coaching. It's the training. A person, whoever you pick up, depending on their learning method, can only get 80% of a training development guide. And a training development guide is just that standard of, here you go, sir, my new employee. Learn everything in this guide because that's what you're going to have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Guys, it is a training manual, a training guide, because there may be a new situation that in that guide, that new employee may have to encounter. And if you keep on giving them this linear way of thinking that everything is in the guide, they will never be able to grow. Therefore, they will never be able to maximize their productivity for you. You have to allow them the opportunity that life is not based on perfect guides or perfect manuals. It's a guide. It's not a rule. It's something that will allow them to come in back and forth, but still get to point success, to point maximum productivity, point maximum revenue. It is a guide. And it's not about you doing everything. It's about you finding the right person to help you do what you need to do to get shit done. And that's what it boils down to when you're the business owner, when you're the employer. You have to be able to lead yourself before you can lead other people. And when you give these people those guides, your new employees, understand that you can only get 80%, and the rest of the 20% of their maximum productivity is going to be you coaching them. You have to be proactive in coaching the person or the new employee that you've hired. There's no other way around it. Because at the end of the day, what you want to build is another you. You, my dear friend, business employer, business owner, entrepreneur, you need to be able to find another you. But you can't just find one like you find your shoes. You have to find someone who has the core values, core strengths, core skills, and then coach them, evolve them, and be able to get them to your level. That's what you're going to do. You can't find them, you have to create them. But you need to find someone with those core skills, and then, and only then, can you finally find another you and be able to maximize your productivity, your revenue, your income, and all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you liked today's video. If you're looking for any kind of custom consulting, from resume writing, maximizing a business productivity, training, development your employees, go down in the link in the description or in the comment section. There will be a link where you can fill out a free application for my consulting services. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I am on LinkedIn, and not only that, make sure you leave a comment. I'm always inclined to hear your feedback. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know I'm always here. Until next time, guys, stay tuned. Take care.